How to change your attitude. So I'm going to say hi to all my inner circle members and my chat, my super chatters, and we'll get started just in a few seconds. So hi, Melody. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Craig, Eric, Bill. Hi, Mary, John, Arthur, Lisa Marie, James, Renee, Sandy, Kai, Randy, Jody. Holy cow, you guys are awesome. Hi, Shauna. Hi, Matthew. Just got done talking to you. That was great. Um, um, Love and appreciate you. Hi, Jerome. And are we there? We're there. All right. Hello, buddy. My name is Robert Hollis. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. And today's title is How to Change Your Attitude. How to change your attitude. Now, the first thing that I say to everyone with this one is, again, if I could wish anything on every one of you that watched this video live or recorded, is I wish I had a magic wand that I could just and just throw it your way and everything would just change. And because that would be awareness. See, when you have awareness, this is what I personally do. Awareness is the first question that I say to myself out loud. Yes, I do. I talk to myself. I've heard this phrase that, I talk to myself because I want to have an intelligent conversation. So, but I say this, does everyone think this way? Or does everyone feel this way? Everyone. Does everyone think this way? Does everyone feel this way? And my mind immediately, because I'm proposing a question to it, it comes back and it says, no, no, not everyone thinks like you. Not everyone has your attitude. Not everyone is happy-go-lucky. See, so what I immediately do is I just do a self-reflection, and I got to really stop and just quiet things down and become aware. And a lot of things that changes my thoughts or changes my attitude is, believe it or not, is triggers. Just understanding triggers, right? And those are things that change the way we feel. So triggers are just really, really simply things that, hey, everything was going great, and then we get cut off in traffic, and now it's road rage, right? So it's like, wow, what the hell triggered that? Why do I feel that way? Why did that trigger me? And what we find out in life, for me personally, is that a lot of times things used to trigger me that were totally out of my control. So this is me trying to, oh my God, see the injustice in the world. And oh my God, I can't believe that this person's doing this. And it's like, I'm spending all my time, and it changes my attitude and the way that I feel, because I need to understand why people are people. It's like, honestly, it's people doing people things. Have you ever goes, how could they do that? Or how could they think like that? I don't understand. I don't understand how someone could think that way or do that action. Doesn't it like baffle you? And one of my favorite mentors, no longer with me. I always get to say his name, so he's never really gone for me. But Jim Rohn used to always say, "If I were you, I wouldn't take that class. If I were you, I wouldn't take that class." And then the things that seemed to bother me that would change my attitude, when I shared them with people that seemed to be pretty chipper, pretty positive, happy-go-lucky, their only things that they would say is, "That's interesting. That's interesting." They had no thing inside of them that wanted to understand. And on a biblical, not that I'm a scholar in biblical at all, but my favorite scripture is lean not on your own understanding. Lean not on your own understanding. And so a lot of people that love to control things need and want to understand why things are done a certain way and why people do people things. So one of the biggest things that I always tell people is, vision, 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 vision inspires success in others. Now, so the way that I change my attitude is thinking about and envision, put in a vision and emotionally getting attached to the way that I want to be, the wonderful becoming, like it says in Science of Getting Rich. Is my deal is I have a desired attitude. I have a desired way that I would love to be. And I know there's a lot of people out there that go, Robert, you're not being realistic. You know what I mean? Well, great. You form your own universe and your own planet, and you do things the way that you want to do. James, thank you so much for being a super chatter. The kids will love it. Thanks, Bill, so much. So, it's just really, really understanding the way that you get to a good attitude. And how I personally get to a great attitude is, again, I always go back to my favorite books, right? Is I all of a sudden, Og Mandino, the greatest miracle in the world, is I needed to understand that I could change my attitude. See, there's people out there that, I had a friend of mine one time that told me, I'm a sequential concrete thinker. I probably said it wrong. Sequential. I'm a sequential concrete thinker. See, that's like people saying, I'm a Pisces. You know what I mean? I am who I am. And it's like, what? What are you talking about? That's the person you believe to be right now. So you hear these things, a leopard can't change his spots. Bullshit. I've changed every spot that I don't like. I've changed every one of my spots. I think, a leopard can't change his spots. Well, listen, why don't I visualize that I'm a lion and instead of a leopard that's got spots? So gratitude. See, once I realized that I didn't need to be perfect and I'm a miracle, and I did the assignment in the book, read it every night before I went to sleep, and I started changing. Instead of waiting for the world to change, why don't you be the change that's in the world? And I thought, before I change the world, let me see if I can't get my stuff in order. And for those of you that are, believers, that's when I started going, listen, you know what? I'm going to look at the telephone pole in my eye instead of looking at the speck in my brother's or sister's eye. So a lot of people love being around me because I don't judge people. And I don't, it's just not right for me to judge people and have them think that they need to be a certain way because it's just people doing people things, right? So I sort of watch people go through their own journey, and I'm just, doing what I can. Thank you so much, Katie. I love it. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for the super chat. The kids will love it. And I just start going, I got to practice gratitude. So, in the Science of Getting Rich, when I read this book after thinking I'm a miracle and everything in the book, I just became extremely grateful for who I was and the way that I thought. So now I'm not looking at the negative parts of me, the flaws, the imperfections, and then I stopped doing it for other people. See, to me, that's unrealistic expectations. I don't need Matt to be anything but Matt. I don't need Melody to be anybody but Melody. I don't need Craig to be anybody but Craig. I don't need Katie and every one of you. I don't need you to be something other than who you are. And so now, if I'm not trying to change environments, I'm not trying to change people, I am okay with who I am through the consistency of giving gratitude. That allows me to be in a consciousness or awareness where my attitude's pretty good. Could it get better? It always could get better. There's still little triggers and little things that sort of trip me up a little bit. I can't believe that person did that. But for the most part, there's some pretty crazy things that happen in my life, just like everybody else's life. It's all not rainbows and sunshine and unicorns or fairy hair, right? It's like no, but the things that go up and down for me. Hey, I'll bring one up to you. I was sharing this with my son. So I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden I get this messages from the IRS, from my accountant, and I don't know what's going on, but we had $68,000 coming back from all of our taxes. And I was going like, so I just need you to show you, how you can control your mind. If you knew you had $68,000 coming for you and your family, would it change your attitude? Would it change the way you thought? And all of a sudden, Kyle tells me, we got money. And then we got money, on a personal level. And Matt called and said he got money. And then I got a letter from Montana, and they said that they have a surplus. And so they were sending a married couple $2,500 on top of us getting money back. And so the only check that was missing is a $33,700 check from the IRS. And so I'm looking at it and I'm going like, when is it going to come? When is it going to come? And then all of a sudden I get this letter from the IRS, and it says $33,742. We want to just let you know that we went back through all your taxes and found out that you had a remaining balance in 2008. So we applied all your money to your taxes that you owed in 2008. I've never received a letter frickin' ever. Never have I ever gotten a letter from 2008 saying that I owed money. And IRS is usually on this stuff, man. If you owe them money, wham, they'll come after you. And I get this letter and I'm like, easy come, easy go. Now, I do need you guys to understand that my wife, I love my wife, Terry, more than I ever have. She didn't have the same kind of response. I think in all the years that we've been paying taxes twice, we had money coming back from the IRS on a personal level, and they took that too. So all of a sudden, my wife a little irritated, probably a lot irritated. And so I thought, well, I'll look for the return. I reached out to our accountant and our CPA, and I say, listen, is there any things that we can do? And he's like, geez, I've never seen this happen before. Okay, I just want you to know, how long would it take you to go from, oh my God, we're getting all this money back, to, oh my God, we're not getting anything? No, I was grateful. My son got tax returns back. Matthew, my other son, got tax returns back. We got personal back, so didn't have to pay anything on corporate. My mind immediately, milliseconds, immediately went to all the things that I'm grateful for. Now, that kind of instant reaction, just going, well, that sucks. What can I be grateful for? I'm telling you, that doesn't happen overnight, but through practice of trigger, let go of the trigger immediately. I was talking to one of the people, Becky, I hope she sees this video. And she's going, "Oh my God, Robert, the two videos that you've been doing recently. Oh my God, is something left, is somebody left, And she said, "Do you remember?" And she gave me a name of back when this person left the company. Pretty big person, right? And when they left, she goes, "Oh my God." I was like, "Oh my God." And I was like, she said this upset me. And I was mad at the people because they were reaching out to other people that I knew. And she says, I was mad for months, months. And she said, all of a sudden now when I hear it, I like, oh, whatever. So I think that every one of you could agree, if you want to talk about winning attitude and changing your thoughts. I think that every one of you would agree that there was things that really upset you in the past that maybe you hung on for. There's people out there that will watch this video live and recorded that you're still hanging on to things that you've been hanging on for frickin' years. And when you can work enough on yourself and be happy that, that used to upset me. It took like 8 years of my life. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden it's like, well, things like that bother me for about a month. And then it's like, something like that in the past really pissed me off for about a week. And then it goes from a week to a couple of days, and then one day, and then a half a day, and then a couple of hours, and then 30 minutes, and then minutes, and then seconds. So I know that each and every one of you know that there's other people that deal with things a little different than you, right? And so it's just honestly visualizing your desired attitude. So for a lack of vision, people perish. So if you never visualize you having a desired attitude and how long you can stay in that attitude, and then there's always people that go, you know what? That's not true. That's bullshit. No, you can find people. One of the people that I seen recently, some interviews, what the hell is her name? Lawrence. She's a female actress. I think she was in what is it? Hunting Games or something? Jennifer Lawrence. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Have you seen this person in a bad attitude? It like everything that she talks about is like, this is funny. Oh, this is, so some things that would happen to people that would humiliate them, embarrass them. It's like they just couldn't be seen. I can't even show my face anymore because of how humiliating this was. And she just thinks it's funnier than hell. So she talks about things that would totally embarrass and humiliate people. And she's telling these story about people go, if that happened to me, that would crush me. But she's talking about it and freaking laughing about it. So you sort of got to ask yourself, anything that changes your attitude to not the desired attitude that you would like, the desired visualization of the attitude that you have, how you stop triggers from happening is not in the moment. Did you catch that? What you got to do is you got to go, okay, next time this trigger happens, or next time this thing happens, and this changes who I am, this changes the way I feel, this changes my attitude. How could I change that? How could I, when this happens again? What would be the desired attitude? What would be the desired response? See, and that's where I could leave this video, because my mentors used to tell me that, Jim Rohn says it as well. It's like everyone has the same wind, right? So the same wind blows on us all, the ups and downs, the awful stuff, the tornadoes, the fires. It's like, all this stuff blows on us all. It's how we set the sails. It's how we set the sails on the wind that blows against us. So my mentor used to always say, Robert, it's you, the person that you are, the level of the person that you are is how you handle the things that happen to everyone. So the size of the person is their reaction to the stuff that happens to everybody. And isn't it neat to know that you can change your spots? You can change the way you think. You can change the way you deal with stuff. So I know that I've done it, and I've helped a lot of people do it. I see Melody Riba on here, and the Melody Riba that I met, probably 10, 12 years ago, is not the Melody Riba that you see today. I mean, it just makes me choked up when I think about it. I'm just so, 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 so proud of her as one of the people that I've been blessed to interact with and share with her stuff that, you know, some of some of the personal stuff that Melody deals with and the health challenges that she has. And some of you would already have been gone. You wouldn't be here because you would allowed all that stuff to weigh you down and make you isolate yourself and cause a lot of stress that we know that stress is basically not easy. So now you're dis-ease. And I'm just so proud of Melody. There's a lot of people on here that I'm extremely proud of, but that made me think of that right away. It's someone that says, okay, I can change how I feel about things. I can change my attitude. I can figure out ways to be a light in this world instead of being darkness in this world. And again, it just comes from um, um, being aware that you're not in control of this. And I had a great conversation with Matthew, and let me just say this last thing in closing. Ask for help. Ask for help. There could be things that you're dealing with, like Albert Einstein says, the mind that got you to who you are today and whatever mental thing that you're dealing with, or whatever, emotional thing that you're dealing with. Sometimes I shouldn't say sometimes. Most times it's impossible to take the spirit and the mind of who we are and we create this thing that's really not true. But it's hard for us to use the same mentality, the same awareness and everything to get us out of that situation. So seek help. Seek help. Reach out to people that can see it for what it is. And maybe that's a therapist. Maybe there's something that you might have to be able to use to be able to put you in a place. I see James Saunders here, one of my inner circle members and super, I'm sure that his attitude was a little unique when they said, "Oh, I just want to let you know that you have MS." If you guys hang around James Saunders at all, uh, he's never going to bring that up. He's not going to tell you that he's dealing with this, and it might even be physical signs that you can see that he's struggling with it, but he's never going to let you know. He is constantly just a upbeat, positive person that's out helping people, doing amazing things for people. And he's one of those guys that have done it. With that professional help, again, is, when you reach out to people and they tell you how to handle this, isn't it pretty funny that a lot of people will say, well, what you need to do is you need to practice meditation. You got to practice meditation and you got to practice mindfulness. And right away, a majority of the people on the planet, they go, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. That, meditation and mindfulness, that doesn't work for me. I tried that. I go to sleep. I can't pay attention. Well, of course, that's the same way for everybody. but it's the awareness that I need to get better. I want to get better. I have this desired vision of how I handle things where everyone just looks at me and goes, does anything upset that dude? Doesn't anything take this guy down? So if I can do it, you can do it. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you, Corky, so much for your donation for the kids being a super chatter. I love each and every one of you. If you don't believe me, I'm sorry. You know, people can hate you. People can hate you, and they don't need a reason. So when someone says I love you and I appreciate you, people go, ah, he's just saying that. No, the haters don't need a reason, and I don't need a reason. So I love and appreciate you. Do me a huge personal favor. Share this video with people that need to change their attitude. And I wish the person that asked me to do this video, I should have recognized his name. I should have recognized his name. He's in the chat. And he asked, hey, Robert, can you do a video on attitude? So if you have a video or something that you'd like me to jump on, please, make a post and let me know what that is. My reason for living, my reason for who I am is to help you become the best person that you can possibly be, a happy person, a person that's a giver. And so I love and appreciate you. If no one's giving you permission to succeed in life, let me be the first. Oh, by the way, we do have an inner circle that's happening tonight. So I seen Eric Markman just paid for 3 months. Thank you so much, Eric. All the money goes to children. And we'll see the people on the inner circle tonight. Love and appreciate you. Bye for now.